Welcome to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving, goal-oriented rebel women come to learn how to live a vibrant and fulfilling life without requiring alcohol to get through it. No labels, no judgments, no saying you'll never drink again. Just real proven methods to help you stop rebelling against yourself with alcohol so you can drink less and do more. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik. Let's dig in. Welcome to episode 228, Why Being Positive Doesn't Help. Well, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so excited to be here today. I want to talk about something that I see quite often. And honestly, I fell into this too as a new life coach and learning about mindset and, the power of positive thinking and all of that. And so it's this idea that we should just be positive, right? We're told by our society, from our parents, friends, coworkers, whoever, right? Whoever we interact with in our lives, that we should be happy for what we have. Okay, were you all told that as a child? Just be happy with what you have. There's starving kids in Africa, or, you should be so lucky, right? And so that kind of imprints on us, wherever we heard that from whatever age, to our adult lives, right? So that's just how our belief systems and how we get programmed is we have a response to something, or we act in a certain way, and then society comes in, whether that's your parents or somebody else, and they say, that's not right, you're not right, you should be feeling this, you shouldn't be feeling this, you should act this way, you're doing this wrong, okay? And that imprints on us as children about how to be. And sometimes it's helpful, right? We can't go around peeing on sidewalks, and we've got to learn how to fit in with our culture and our society, right? And then oftentimes though, as we grow up and we become adults, those values or how to be, don't work for us anymore. And so often I'm coaching women inside my programs on how to feel their emotions, how to validate themselves in their feelings, that they're okay, and how not to take action from those feelings and drink or eat or scroll or shop on Amazon or yell or avoid or hide, right? So all those actions that come from how we're feeling. And I tell them how to interrupt that pattern and be more empowered and consciously just choose what to do. And we posted in the Alive AF, which is my monthly coaching membership, if you're not familiar with that, which you should be on the wait list to join. If you're not in there, it's absolutely amazing. It opens June 1st. We asked people to share their evaluations for the week. And it was kind of like crickets at first. And then Coach Steph, who works for me part-time, who was a member of my program before and changed her relationship with alcohol, and now she works for me, she was like, my intuition is telling me that they are not doing the work. And the reason why they don't want to share is because they feel bad about what they're doing. And I'm like, hey, if that's your intuition, go post it in the group and see what happens. And holy cow, y'all came out of the woodwork and was like, oh my gosh, this was so helpful. I'm biting, I'm not doing it, whatever. And then there was also a lot of successes that were shared. But one of the comments was, they shared some, vulnerable, hard stuff about what's going on with their family and their kids. And she said, I should stay positive and move forward. And it just caught my attention, because our goal is not to be positive. Our goal is not to have magical mind thinking and, rainbows and unicorns up in our heads all the time to have a good life. Yes, our mind is powerful. Yes, understanding how you think about things and how you react to things and getting awareness there is super valuable, and changing your thoughts in some situations is helpful. It's a helpful tool, but it's not everything. And the ultimate goal isn't to be happy. It's to allow yourself to be a human and learn how to be a human with all of your emotional experiences, and learn how to, in the best, healthiest way possible, deal with tough things. without running into the wine cabinet to deal with your life. Okay, so that's the goal. It's not to be positive or to think better, think more positive thoughts. The goal is to acknowledge how you feel first off. Okay, so my advice to that is acknowledge that you're feeling frustrated or angry or annoyed or pissed off or whatever it is around that difficult situation that you're in. That is a normal emotional response. If something is happening in your family or with your kids or with your in-laws or people that you care about in general, right? Something bad is happening or it's difficult for them in some situation and that feels hard for you, you should acknowledge how that feels. That is hard. That is the reality of the situation. And why just thinking positively in that moment doesn't work and it's actually not good for you is because you're basically like bypassing. It's also called spiritual bypassing. When you bypass your actual lived experience and you ignore that and you say, I should just be thinking positive. I just need to, I'm not going to go there. You know what I mean? And you ignore yourself. Okay. So I feel like that's kind of like abandoning yourself when you do feel that way and you're like, I'm just going to stay positive, and you have that sort of pressury, white knuckly conflict that you're living. It's like, I should just be happy about blah, 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 but you're not actually happy right now. Right? It's like you're dismissing how you feel, and then we want to go escape that because it's too much to hold. It's like you're trying to force yourself to feel something differently, or you wish that you felt differently, and that's not working. And that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. It doesn't work. And you're also still feeling the original feelings. So it's like a double whammy, right? Whack-a-mole. And then we go drink to escape that. And that just makes it worse, right? So we shouldn't be happy all the time. The goal isn't to be positive if you are not feeling positive. Okay, the goal is always just to acknowledge and accept how you currently feel. It doesn't mean that you need to act from your feelings. It doesn't mean you need to express your feelings and go share it with the world or complain or, act out from it. It just means for you in your own internal processing that hands on chest, connect with yourself. I am feeling this right now. And you take a couple deep breaths and you validate that for you. I highly recommend that you listen to my podcast called Validated. Just go search it wherever you listen to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast. We will also link up that past episode in the show notes for you, okay? But that takes you further in on validating your own emotional experience, because most people, unless you're seeking, you're getting regular coaching or you're seeing a therapist on the regular, most of the time people aren't validating your feelings for you, right? That is on us to kind of do, and it'll help you feel better and connect with yourself in that moment and give you a break about thinking about the problem or how you should be. Okay, so just to recap this, the goal is not to think positive or to feel good. The goal is to acknowledge when you aren't feeling good, especially. Let yourself breathe and process through that. Name how you feel, hands to chest, connect with yourself and your body. And acknowledge that. That's the most self-care thing that you can do, is acknowledge that it feels hard. Name the feeling, take some deep breaths into your body, try to get out of your head and connect with yourself. And then, maybe just give it some time before you decide what you need to do in that situation. You might decide that it would be helpful for you to change your thoughts and change your story about what you're telling yourself in that situation. Or not. You might decide to change your circumstances or whatever it is that you would want to explore, but it's best not to do any actions until you've kind of processed that original feeling and gotten to a more neutral space. And usually that's probably like the next day. Remember, things aren't an emergency. You don't need to act from this place. It's not an emergency to get out of those negative feelings. They're there for you. Connect with yourself, take some breaths, validate those feelings for yourself. And that's the main goal. If I had to say that there was a goal, it's to just let yourself be a human and feel through that. and not take detrimental action to try to escape those feelings or try to steamroll yourself or spiritual bypass yourself and try to just think positively through it. All right, my friends? So I hope you enjoy this episode. I love hearing from you. Send us an email at hello@angelamascenik.com. If you love this podcast, I would love for you to review it on iTunes. So in the iTunes app, you scroll down to ratings and reviews, click the 5 stars, and then leave a little comment about how you use this podcast to help your life, to drink less, live more, feel better. And if you don't want to give me a 5-star review, you don't even need to worry about it. But I love you and I thank you for being here. And remember, if you're not on the wait list, to join Alive AF, my monthly Stop Over Drinking coaching program. That doors open for that on June 1st, as well as getting on the subscription for my Alive AF Stop Over Drinking support box, which is basically a self-care box delivered directly to you quarterly with hand-chosen books that I've read and applied what those books say to my life. My favorite non-alcoholic bougie beverages. This box is going to be really fun because it's going to be the theme of drink less, summer more. So there's going to be some fun summery items in there. A customized skincare lotion for you and some other fun things in there you don't want to miss. So all of that is going to be revealed to you on the emails on June 1st. So make sure you are signed up to the wait list. So you can go do that at angelamascenik.com/aliveaf. And so you don't miss that amazing opportunity to join both of those programs. All right, my friends, I hope you have a beautiful week and I will talk to you soon. Bye.